let's look at one other goodie that we're going to take advantage of. So here, if we take a look back at our expression, right, IPAR ext Python pyrex, that's swell, but this only gives me the relative path. This tells me the location of this file in relationship to my tow file. But what if I wanted to know the absolute path to this particular thing? And I know what you're saying already. You can say, well, Matt, why don't you just put the absolute path right here in this folder? That works. Well, yeah, but then that breaks the notion that this could be relative to my project, right? Like, I want to know, when I go to actually grab all the bits and install them, I want to know exactly where it lives. But when I'm working with my tow file, I don't want that to be an absolute path. I only want it to be an absolute path when I go to actually collect all the goodies. Well, there happens to be a lovely little built-in goodie. I'm all about the goodies, evidently. This is a goodie, that's a goodie. Goodie, goodie, goodie. Okay, there happens to be a lovely little convenience method in Touch these days, hidden away on the wiki, that will expand our path. So we can use TDU expand path, lowercase e, uppercase p, and that will actually give us the whole complete path on our file system to our actual file or folder. Now that is really just, you can't even believe how marvelous and awesome that is. It is really just swankalicious, funky fresh. Okay, we're going to take advantage of that here in 1 minute, but now we need to write some hardcore Python. Well, not hardcore Python. We need to write some like cool, hip to jive Python that's going to help us actually do all the things that we want. Okay, I'm going to swap back to my text editor. And now I'm going to, this time through, I'm going to make sure that I'm looking at my new Python file. So we're going to start with another module. We're going to take advantage of this cool thing called PathLip, which is going to help us construct paths across operating systems and kind of steer us clear of some wobbles that we might encounter otherwise. So first things first, let's import PathLib. Part of the reason I use a text editor is for the sake of autocomplete. So you'll notice that as I'm writing, I get these handy little suggestions, and I can use the up-down arrow keys and the tab key to autocomplete. So I'm going to import PathLib, right? That's that first one, tab. It's a way that I can kind of move things along really quickly and easily. Now I'm going to set up a few variables. Right, so I'm going to have a requirements file. In my requirements file, I'm going to use some like nice spacing here. I'm going to take advantage of that TDU expand path, and I want to this time look at my IPAR ext Python pyrex. Cool. I also have an install target. Where is that going to live? Before I forget, let's head back over here. I think I left that. Oh, I did. Look how long that is. That's dreadful. On our internal parameters, let's customize that component. Let's head over to install target, and let's actually just change the name of this to just target instead of install target, because that's going to be just easier to write. Oh, much better. Okay. Same idea, TDU, expand path. Look, see, since I used it once already, VS Code is like, hey, TDU, expand path. I'm using the tab key to autocomplete. IPAR, ext Python, in this case, target. That's one of the benefits of using a text editor, is that you can start to move much faster than you might otherwise. Now, I'm going to actually need we're going to write this so it works both for Windows and for Mac. So regardless of your platform, you should be able to follow along here. We're going to set up the bits for both of those. If you're only working on one of those platforms, you don't need to do all this work, but it's good practice to kind of understand the requirements that you might have if you're trying to make something or develop something that's cross-platform kind of friendly. So we're going to make a win file at some point here. And that's going to be, oops, I forgot one goober here. We're going to have an install script path, right, where all this stuff is going to live. We're going to construct one of these goodies. And we're going to use PathLib.path. We're going to use our install target, right? So our install target, its parents, and the first one in the list. What does that mean? So let's pull this bit apart, because we might as well, before we get too far along here. Let's just start with parents, and let's for each in install script path print each. Okay, cool. So pathlib.path, our install target, this goober, right? This Python directory over here, and its parents, and let's just go ahead and loop through and print all of those. Oh, I forgot to turn on sync to file. There we go. It's on now. So if I run that, I should see that lo and behold, I get, oh, I'm gonna make it a little bigger. There we go. So here's the first layer of that directory, right? So if we actually take a look over here, this actually points to one more deep Python. So this goes up one, the next one up, the next one up, the next one up, the next one up, and so on and so on and so on. So just like we think of right, our eval, just in TouchDesigner, like we think of parent, right? My parent operator, my grandparent, my great-grandparent. It's the same idea with PathLib. We're just going up each step along the way.